What's up, guys? It's Charles here with Rocket Punch Army to do a long-awaited review. And it's going to be the first in a very, very, very long time. But what better to get back into this than to have you guys check out this Marvel Avengers Age of Ultron 1/9 diecast figure series Hulkbuster. This comes from a manufacturer called King Arts. I picked this up at BBTS. I had it pre-ordered for like the longest freaking time, and it's very, very expensive. So we're gonna get to see today if this is worth anywhere near its $650 price tag. All right, so you get this gigantic box. I mean, honestly, this is like one of the hugest boxes. Since I do have a lot of Transformers fans, look at this. Here is MP10 just being swallowed up by the height of this box. Let's go ahead and pan down. Well, let's look at the top here. All right, we're starting from the top there. We pan down, and then all of a sudden there's a little MP10 here. So as you can see, it is a gigantic box. This box has like a kind of metallic thing going on underneath. I don't know if the box is like shiny chrome and then they put like a layer of coloring on top, but it's nothing really too fancy on the back here. I'm kind of having difficulty trying to show you guys, but there is a Marvel, I guess, license kind of sticker on there. Now the box itself really lets you know that there's something special inside. I mean, it's a thick, sturdy box. Too bad I can't fit it all here in the review area, but look at this. If we open the top of the box, we get Iron Man right in there as if he's inside Hulkbuster. Now the inside, you would have a huge, styrofoam thing holding the toy. I'm going to skip that. But basically it's just a really awesome smelling styrofoam with the robot wrapped in plastic and all these little bits and pieces to protect the paint. But enough of this, guys. Let's just check out the damn robot. You guys ready for this? Look at my camera freak out. Let's zoom out. Hope you guys are prepared for this awesomeness that is the King Arts diecast Hulkbuster. Keep you in suspense there a little bit. Look at this, guys. Oh my god. Get so excited, look, even through the camera. I'm looking at it, but anyway. So here he is. Awesome, awesome. I just posted on my personal Facebook, to my friends and family, that this is probably the most, and I hate to say this at the beginning of the video, probably one of the most impressive pieces that I own. And you guys know I own a lot of crap, and I have to say it is one of the most impressive that I have. I can't stop looking at it, can't stop feeling the paint. I can't stop just holding it. Speaking of holding, this thing is heavy. I gotta admit, I thought it was a little heavier than it looks, but it is heavy. All right, I can't say it isn't. We know it's diecast now. I did say that. It's not everything diecast. Otherwise, this thing would be probably a huge mess. But as it stands, it does have die-cast parts here and there, mainly just some of the panels. We got the arms here, just some of the panels. We'll go over that in just a second, but I love this thing, guys. It's a beautiful, beautiful paint job, and I really don't even know how to show it off. I mean, you can zoom in a little bit, probably get blurry, but you really have to see this in person to really appreciate the craftsmanship and the finish. I mean, this is what can I compare this to? Maybe the future Ultimate Optimus Prime, you would think? No. Yeah, I am left a little speechless. I don't want to say this is the best thing I've ever, like, in the planet, but I do have to say it is most certainly one of the most impressive. It's a little scary handling this thing because, number one, the weight. Number two, it's got such a beautiful paint job that you're afraid the panels might rub up against each other because they actually do in some parts, but it's pretty resilient, this paint. And then one of the first things you notice after playing with it is that there's little scuffs of silver. They're really hard to see on little corners, and then you're blown away when you realize that it's not from playing with it. They actually put little silver chips, almost like something you would see in a Hot Toys figure. There's something Hot Toyish about some of the detail in here, and I can't quite compare it as much as many robots as I have. there's really nothing I can compare this to. This is just, I don't know, it's on another level. You know, you're paying $650, maybe even cheaper if you live overseas. Hong Kong, I believe this is from. Maybe it's a little cheaper, but in the U.S., yeah, I think for the price, seeing as some Hot Toys figures go for about $300, this is definitely worth it. If you look at $200 Hot Toys and $300 Hot Toys, and you're okay with spending money on those figures, then this is definitely, you know, worth it. All right, so let's put it that way. I mean, $650 is a lot of money, but we're talking a lot about, you know, the way it looks and everything. Let's check out some of the features. I do want to start off by saying I don't have the 1/9 scale Iron Man. I'll be honest, when I pre-ordered this was really because of the size and its die cast and everything, and then when I, you know, got some other pictures that were online, I'm like, man, I should have gotten the Iron Man, and I didn't. Now it's sold out, so I was unable to get it. But as you can see, the helmet part here does open. That's where Iron Man would be sticking out, so I'm sorry I wasn't able to pick up an Iron Man. I'm not a big fan. I actually haven't even seen Age of Ultron. But if you're wondering why I picked this up, it's because you don't even have to be a fan to pick this up. If you like robots and you love high-end figures, this is definitely worth picking up. But anyway, yeah, so that opens. Then a lot of the parts, whoa, there you go. Can't have a Rocket Punch Army video without stuff falling. But the stuff removes, and you got to kind of know how it comes out so you don't mess up. Panels come off, and they're held on with magnets, as you can see right here. And this also comes off with magnets. All right, the magnets are right back here, and also around the neck of the figure. Then I believe this opens. Let me bring this down so you guys can see. This opens up here. All right, you can see the detail is amazing. There's a lot of like airbrushing and a lot of kind of weathering or highlighting of the little panel lines. It's just intoxicating, I think is the word. And then we're going to pull this out right here. This is also held on with magnets on the back. And then there's a this part. I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. Now, really, the only part I found where there's scuffing. The other parts I noticed weren't scuffing, and that's because I really haven't articulated this figure yet, is really right here along this edge. There's some little slight paint wear, which is kind of annoying if you're going to display it this way. And I think that's why I don't have it right here, but there's it's called the EVA protection film. It's a little rectangular piece. I thought it was like part of a stand or something, but apparently that little rectangle you can cut out little pieces of like a really thin foam and apply it to the high wear areas. Why they didn't do this out of the factory, I don't know. Well, it's actually not even fair to say that, because they did apply some of that foam right here. But why would you not just do it to, I guess, to give you the option or to keep the cost down? Have no clue. But just in case you are worried about things wearing, you do have like foam like this, adhesive foam that you can apply to those high wear areas. But anyway, yeah, so that's where Iron Man would go. And if I can just detach the camera here for a second, see if we can get in there. Kind of hard to see, but that is where Iron Man would go. You can see the joints there. Not even sure I'm showing you guys what I want to show you, but sorry for the out of focus. I usually don't film right into the hollow cavity of a robot, but you can see pretty much how that is in there. And again, you get that little foam strip right there to protect Iron Man's crotch, and that's the background there. Now the background, I thought maybe they would do a little something, because the figure is absolutely amazing everywhere, and I feel like they kind of just got lazy with the interior. I mean, it is painted nicely, but it's not really done with all those little panel lines that you would see, like for example over here. See, like there's a little bit of airbrushing to give it depth and little panel lines. Kind of wish they did that on the inside, but whatever. Yeah, so let's move on. Just going to start putting everything back together, because this toy is very, I can't even call it a toy. I think this goes beyond what a toy is. This is definitely a high-end collectible. You do not, I don't care if you're rich, you don't want to give this to a kid because he will ruin it forever. Anyway, these little panels, they do move. And pop that back in. And pop this back in. But what I was saying is this figure is very highly articulated. Let me get the lamp back where it's supposed to be. Apologize. You can see I have not done reviews in a long time. I'm very rough right now. But again, the figure articulated. Here's the head. It moves this way. Look up, but you know, at that point, Iron Man's already peeping through. This is one thing I have not been able to do is rotate the arms. They're really, really stiff, and I'm kind of afraid of fracturing something. But I just can't. You can almost see there's like pistons there. You know what I mean? And it's supposed to rotate, and I just can't get it to rotate. So don't blame me for being afraid of you know, breaking a $650 figure. But it is kind of a bummer. And you know, if it was easier to hold on to something, but it's like everything I hold on to is kind of loose, and I don't want to break anything. I can't get it to move, guys, and I'm afraid of smashing one of these armor bits because they're not soft, but you know, with the pressure you kind of flex them. Let's try the other arm. All right, so it's almost like the same thing. What's going on? I have no clue. I know with the Ultimetal Optimus Prime, even though it's from another company, but you know, some people were having trouble moving the legs, and it turns out you have to, I think, pull or push a button or something to flex it. The instructions suck on this thing, first of all. They're only good for letting you know where the batteries go and what kind of batteries they are, but the instructions is horrible English, and there's nothing on there about anything with buttons or anything like that. So kind of sucks. I want to show you the arms. Maybe we'll get back to that later. You do get the swivel here. All right. Notice I can't fit the whole figure on the camera. You do get the elbows, and it's a double jointed elbow. You'll see the top movement and then the bottom movement. All right, and you also get highly articulated hands, which are always a big plus. He does have like these two fingers fused together, and then you get these, and as you can see, they're fully articulated. I love the joint work in between each piece. You also get an articulated thumb. All right, so that's a big plus. And then he's got the little LED thing going on here in the hand. Here we go, the waist. You can see the waist has very, very little clearance when it comes to moving. You can move it, it goes back and forth this way, side to side. I'm not going to mess with that too much. Right out of the box, it does have plastic going inside to protect it during shipping, which is a great idea. And even then with the plastic, like, you know, you would think it would still somehow pierce through the plastic and kill it. The paint is fine. There are little scuff marks, but those are purposely painted on. I don't mind those because they look like real scratches on metal. And I like that they didn't overdo it, because some companies tend to overdo those little details, and they did such a great job not overdoing it. All right, so kudos to them. And then you get this rotation, sort of like side to side. You can see the movement. Again, I don't want to risk any chipping. I do usually just display my figures. You can bring the leg out if you move this little thing out of the way. But as you can see, starts to touch. The instructions almost seem to imply that the legs come out, and it's just, maybe it's just the way it's worded. It just looks, the instructions are just horrible. But I don't see any kind of feature like that when I look on the inside. It also says something about the feet like spreading. Also can't figure that out. I don't want to put a lot of force on there, but it doesn't really specify exactly what it does. We'll move to the knee. You can see the knees are ratcheted. We also have the ankles here, just like that. And there's a lot of panels, guys. There's really like an insane amount of panels everywhere that move out of the way. It's just ridiculous. Look at these panels down here. You can move that. You can also move the toe. It's just insane. Really, I mean, to articulate something like this, so many freaking pieces. And I'm sorry I'm just showing you the crotch, but that's all that fits in here. But let's go back up here. You know, I'm to the point where I really don't know what else to show you. I mean, this thing is just a visual monster. You know, this will look amazing in any display. If you have some kind of superhero collection, this has to be somewhere among the centerpieces. One thing I didn't show you here is this weapon. All right. Too bad I can't get the arm to go up. All right, so pull this out forward, bring it back, just like so, and this also slides up and down, and then something opens here. Let's try that. Oh, there we go. So apparently I broke that, but this little thing is glued on to here. Some of the pieces Alright, so I guess that's all I was supposed to do, is just open it that way. So there you go. Learn from me. Don't pull it from the bottom, just the top, but that opens that way. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't really break it. I'm glad it's just glue. Yeah, guys, so I think one of the coolest features, aside from just the way it looks, is the LED feature. Alright? Now, it is a pain in the butt. I'm not going to lie, it's a huge, gigantic pain in the butt to put all the LEDs in there. Because for some reason, some of the switches are in locations that are easy to get to on the outside, and some of them are under panels. So like if you want to turn this guy on, you got to open up the panels and turn the switches on, which doesn't make any sense to me at all. Unless there's something I'm missing in the instructions. I don't know if it just, something triggers all of them to light up, but it doesn't look like it. So the first LED is under the head. All right, you got to take off one of the little switches here. Oh, actually, before we even get to that, there is an optional feature for the head here. Now, since I had to go get that little piece for the head, I did just grab the little EVA protection film, which it comes with. It doesn't even tell you in the book what it's for. I just assumed it's to protect pieces. And this is the instruction booklet. It's in, I'm assuming, Chinese and English, and just some of the, you know, English is not that great. And even though some of the parts that have perfect English, it's not enough explanation as to what's going on. But it's very basic, but, you know, it's better to have something than nothing. By the way, it also comes with this little tool, which, be careful, it's just thrown into the styrofoam and it's clear, so I thought I was missing the little tool. This tool helps, I guess, removing panels, removing batteries, but be careful. See how there's a little stress mark there? It's not loose, but you know, clear plastic does stress very easily, so just be careful. You know, taking the batteries, put them in, whatever. And by the way, these are all the batteries that it came with. I do have 3 extra ones. I have no clue where they go. It's probably something that's not included in the instruction booklet, or there's extras. There's also removable plates on the feet. Not only is the plate removable, but there's a plate underneath again, so that's annoying. All right, now we can get to the piece I'm talking about, the clear plastic headpiece, which if you remove this, see that, you can attach this. And by the way, there's little metal wires. You can see a little loop right there. That's to hold against these magnets at the top. There's actually little tiny magnets, guys. I mean, really great work on this. So that's what it looks like with the clear yellow piece. All right, so now that I've shown you that, since this doesn't have an LED feature, go ahead and put this faceplate back on so we can go ahead and commence with the lighting of the LEDs. Again, pain in the butt. So the first one is under the head. There's one behind the chest. The light switches for the arms are behind this panel on both sides, which sucks. And then there's ones for the knees here, and then right at the bottom, right on the heels, are the battery compartments. And this is what I don't understand. Everything else is hidden behind a panel, yet the foot switches are right here. And let's see if we can turn one on. Well, you can't see it because it's under the foot, but you can kind of see it glowing a little bit. Maybe not. So why would these be on the outside but not any of the other ones? I don't get it. The only one that's really cool and hidden, it's right back here. There's a button right there. Alright, so let me go ahead and turn on the LED feature so I don't bore you to death, and check it out. Well, don't I feel dumb. We just found out where 3 of the LEDs go, so these are definitely not extra, guys. I found it very weird that they would only give you 3 extra big ones, but that's where they go. And just so you can see my torture here, this is how they go. And you can't just hold them to the side or on your lap or something, because you might scratch something. And what's funny is you'll see they're offset, so they don't even fit like right on top of each other. It's offset, which makes it really difficult to put them in. So you got to kind of use this tool, sort of, not really. It's just a pain in the ass. Alright, for this part, I want to show you this awesome thing. Once you've activated the little switch up here for the LED, you can go ahead and attach this faceplate, and watch what happens when I attach the faceplate. Boom, it makes a connection, and the LEDs light up, which is a really, really cool feature. So now that the LEDs are activated, let's put them back there. You can see me grunting at the weight from extending my arms. But let's take a look. Start from the top, go to the bottom. You can see that awesome chest LED. Move down, we see the ones on the hands. Then we see the ones on the knees and on the ankles. And if we turn around, you can see them on the back of the legs. And if we scan up, you can see them on the back. Now, something here, one of the details that I absolutely love, I wish I can sort of get in there. Can I dim this? Let's see. If I dim it enough, you can see little details. It's not just clear plastic. They actually weathered all the little panel lines in there, which is a really, really cool thing. And not to forget the ones on the bottom of the feet, because yes, of course, they've also included the ones on the bottom of the feet. It's going to be very difficult. I don't even know how I'm going to hold this. Damn, I'm not even going to be able to hold this correctly. On the bottom of the feet. Oh, forgot to turn them on. A little switch right here. And right here, you can see the little LEDs. And check out all that detail. A lot of figures don't do anything on the bottom because the feet you won't be able to see. This guy, really, I can't think of many people that would bother trying to set this guy in a flying motion or anything like that. But hey, why not? The feature is there on the feet. And one of the things I've noticed while doing this review, you definitely want to take care on this corner. That's definitely not a chip from them, you know, making it look worn. Actually, get the lights on here. It is actually starting to chip with this corner, so just be careful. You see a little white dot. Not that big of a deal. As long as you have clear candy paint, you should be able to fix that. So yeah, you know, I thought this review would be a lot longer, seeing as it's such a big figure, but really, it's just visually impressive. And I think the video speaks for itself as far as, you know, disregarding all the blabbing I'm doing, but really, you know, just you're able to enjoy how visually impressive this is. And I really can't speak enough about the quality. There's literally no issues. The only issue was that panel popping off, but that was me, and it's just glued back on. It's not actually broken. And I don't know. For me, this company came out of nowhere. I doubt they're brand new company, but damn, they just came out with something ridiculously incredible. Oh, by the way, so these little vents here are metal. Right, so those little mesh metal things, that's real metal. And just look at that. I mean, to me, the Ultimetal Prime was one of the most impressive figures because of its size and its Optimus Prime. But this thing, I think, really blows away a lot of the stuff that I consider to be really high-end stuff. And you guys know I have a lot of high-end robots, but I mean, wow, they just went above and beyond with this figure. And I can't imagine it costing any less, because yeah, this is like almost like a hit or miss. You can either cut corners, make a cheaper figure, make it the same size, make things, you know, less detailed, and these guys just really, honestly, hit it out of the park. I don't know for sure if I can say this is the best Hulkbuster figure. I know Hot Toys has one. You know, you get the smaller ones from SH Figure Arts, things like that. But I can't imagine, honestly, anything being more detailed than this. If it is, it might as well be the real Hulkbuster. But this thing is that amazing. You know, I kind of glazed over the whole diecast thing. You figured I'd be all over it, licking all the parts of the robot to figure out what's metal. But I think from the heat in this room, it's a little difficult to tell. I didn't really find any metal right in the middle here. I did find metal here on the arms. I believe these side gold pieces are metal. The knees, I believe, are metal, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe not the knees, but the sides of the leg. It's really hard to tell, guys, but I believe this is metal. And the feet, like the whole front section of the foot, this big, gigantic piece, this is really heavy here. And everything else is just very high quality painted plastic. But you'd be hard pressed to tell what's die-cast and what's plastic, unless the you know, you have the obvious temperature difference, which I don't have due to the insanely hot living room I have right now. But that's pretty much it, guys. You know, I'm sorry it was a little rough. It's been a long time since I've done a review. Man, just the budget isn't there, guys, and this is one of the reasons. But yeah, if you guys are enjoying the videos, please subscribe. If you're looking at this and you're only a Marvel fan, check out some of the other videos. You might get into robots, but yeah, if you have the $650 and you like what you see, I would suggest getting it. Why not? If you have the money, you're a big Hulkbuster fan. Even if you're not, if you just want an amazing figure that people are going to come over your house and be like, what the F is that? That's so awesome. This is the figure that's going to do it. If you're going to pick it up, you can click the link in the description below. If you want to pick up the Iron Man that goes inside, I don't know if he's still be sold out, but if he's not, he's mine first. And that's it. Questions or comments from fans of Hulkbuster or Age of Ultron, if you want to leave comments below in case I missed something, feel free. That'll only just help improve the videos in the future. And that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And till next time, bye-bye.